Hi, everyone. I've got Sam back into the recording studio again because I was just so inspired by his story about how he transitioned from academia to a professional workspace, and now he owns his cool business, the comic accountant. And so, Sam, please tell us about how you got into running your own business.
Yeah, so I think in a lot of ways I became an entrepreneur by accident, Sherry. When COVID hit in early 2020, all businesses went into lockdown, and the accounting firm I was working at the time decided to lay me off. I had just started a job in a brand new accounting firm in a more advisory position. I had finally landed the advisory position that I was looking for because I think in our early conversation, I was talking about how I worked up my way from the bottom until I finally made that advisory level accountant, which I thought better aligned with my skill set as a PhD holder. And then COVID came, and then I lost my job because I was there for only 2 weeks, and they said to me like, "Oh well, you're still within the 90-day trial period, so we can let you go. Bye." And so I think what was the stinkest part about it was that I had already basically researched and wrote an article about the COVID-19 wage subsidy that the government was rolling out then, which would have been really, really valuable for the clients of that accounting firm. And I was fully planning to share this with my bosses and say, like, hey, we should send this out to our clients, right? But before I had a chance to do that, they had laid me off. And so I put that on my own personal blog. And then that went viral. I think it got about 5,000 or 8,000 hits. I can't remember. It was a lot. It was a lot. And from there, people started knowing about me. I joined all the Facebook small businesses group. I promoted my articles everywhere, and people started reading the stuff that I was putting out. And then people started coming to me and asking if I could do their taxes. Now, I only started the blog because I wanted to maintain industrial relevance, right? And that's why I produce content so that it will be easier for me to get a job in the future. I was like thinking, oh yeah, when this COVID thing dies down, I'm sure with everything I put in my blog, employers will see that I've been working hard and they'll definitely want to employ me. What I didn't realize was that clients themselves wanted to work with me because of this. So actually didn't have to belong to another firm to get the clients. And I didn't realize this until I probably got my 10th sign up to me. And then it was around then that I thought like, huh, okay, well, maybe I should think about this more systematically
That's
rather
awesome.
than, yeah,
I love how, you
yeah.
did something because you felt compelled to do. You wanted to
Mhm.
share your knowledge. You thought, oh, this is going to be my insurance policy once I hand them
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
out
That's
of
what
the
I thought.
company,
Exactly. Yeah.
but not in the way you intended. So I
Yeah.
guess in career theory, there's something called planned happenstance, which
Yeah.
is about how, we always plan to get a job or get something like what you were doing. But sometimes things occur that's like, oh, this is a surprise. I didn't expect it. But I love how you sort of like, I see the opportunity. People actually want me. Okay, I will say yes. In fact, I will go and find some more and see whether there are more of them out there.
Yeah.
Well, let me stop you. Please continue. How did that evolve and how did it bring you to where you are today?
Yeah. And so the accounting firm was founded with 10 clients. We started from scratch. And if you talk to other accounting firms in town, you'll know that most of them became so because they often bought over other people's client bases or they merged the accounting firms together, which is how most accounting firms in Aotearoa anyway grow. And but yeah, we started from scratch, from zero, basically. Um, and so from those first 10 clients, we've now grown to about 100 clients over the past 4 years, and things have been good. We definitely gained a lot of traction during those first 2 years of lockdown. People were online a lot, people reading our articles. We were very, very active in social media, and this was back before Facebook had revamped their algorithms and everything. And so we got a lot of got a lot of good traction on social media, and we got a lot of our clients from there. And then once we had that steady base of about 50 clients, then those clients started talking about us to their friends. and started recommending our services to their friends. And so we got a lot more growth from word of mouth. And yeah, I think once I accepted the fact that, okay, this is it, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner, what can we do about it? And so that's when I set about creating the work culture, creating that work-life balance that I had always wanted. And in 2022, I made my first hire. I hired a marketing guy, and then I made my second hire shortly after that. I hired one of my former students from the university, to be our junior accountant. Yeah, and that was interesting as well because all my life I had always been an employee, and then suddenly here I was responsible for other people, and suddenly for the first time in my life, I wasn't worried about where my next paycheck was coming from, but I was worried about whether or not I could continue paying my team members, you know? Yeah, it was very different. It was a huge mindset change for me. And then yeah, and then I suddenly realized that okay, well, I'm responsible for all these people now, so I better make sure I don't mess this up. I better make sure that we're continuously delivering to our clients and growing their businesses and bring them back to us. Yeah, and always thinking about what's the next avenue of expansion. And so because we started online, because we started during COVID lockdown, I made the decision to create a remote-based online-only accounting firm. And so we've got clients all across the country, up and down the Motu, from Kaitaya all the way down to Dunedin. We've got clients all across the country. So we're not bound to any one geographic location. And so because of that, yeah, we're able to create a work culture for our team whereby they are evaluated on the quality of their output as opposed to the number of hours that they put behind the desk. Mhm.
That's fantastic. In a time where, I mean, I personally felt how post-COVID, employers were saying, please come back to the office. In fact, we've got a policy now. You can work up to 2 days from home.
Ooh, 2 days.
That's fantastic, isn't it? 2 out of 5, or maybe
Mm,
7 days if you consider the whole week.
mm.
Just thinking back to about your PhD to professional story, did you ever think that you would be where you were today at all?
Nope,
That
nope,
okay, that
not
was
a clue. No,
quick.
absolutely not.
Um,
If you asked me where I was going to be 10 years ago, I'd tell you I'll be a professor. I'll have several dozen publications to my name, and I'd have tenure by now.
I guess what's better than several dozen publications and tenure is the fact that you've got a business that grows and clients who are referring, other customers.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and I guess that is great. I think my wife pointed it out to me. Like, I think obviously when we started the business, I was only making what, a few $1,000s a month. But and I was telling my wife, oh man, I used to make so much money. I mean, I could be making more money if I was teaching at university. But then she said to me, but look, I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. You could, but if you're working at a university, there is a limit on how much money that you can make at a university. Whereas when you're doing your own thing, then the sky's the limit, really.
Sky's the limit. Well, I think we'll end on sky's the limit for anyone who's listening and
Yeah.
wondering about wherever they are. And if you have a PhD and you've come to a journey where you're thinking your expertise is going to really impact a lot more people, perhaps your story, Sam, about being accident. Well, nothing's really by accident, but a nice nexus
Mm.
of circumstances that enabled you to, I guess, fulfill your dream. You look so happy where you are. Pretty sure happier than getting a rejection from a journal.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. These days, the only rejections I get, like occasionally, we've got attrition rates in the firm, obviously. Every now and then, the client will, despite our best ability, will say that they don't like the way we do things, and then they go away, and it hurts. It hurts. But for every one client that rejects us, we've got 30 more, 40 more, 100 more who are happy with the work that we do. So doesn't matter.
Wonderful. I'm so pleased that where you are gives you such great
Yeah.
perspective.
Mhm.
So sky's the limit. Love that. Thank you so much, Sam, again, for sharing with us your story and spending some time with us. So this is Sam. I'll try it because you did it before. Dot comic
The
accountant.
comic accountant.
The comic accountant.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. That's
Awesome.
right.
All
Yeah.
right, thanks, Sam, and we'll chat again with you hopefully sometime with when something new comes along. Awesome.
Awesome.